Hey everybody, this is Zach Beach with smartrealestatecoach.com. Welcome to another Deal Structure Sunday. We have not had a Deal Structure Sunday for one of the deals that we have done in-house in quite a while. We've had some amazing associate deals that we really wanted to highlight over the last couple of months, and I'm just extremely impressed and extremely proud of each and every one of our associates out there that's not only doing deals right now, but that is constantly working the system in order to accomplish deals. So let's get right to it. We got a property here, and I'm going to share my screen with you. We got a property here that actually has quite some history with us. We actually bought this property back in 2014 and have had some tenant buyers that have defaulted. Now, the reason why I bring this up is because it's not always sunshine and rainbows with these deals. The intention always is to place one tenant buyer in the property, help them get to the finish line and to get mortgage ready. But unfortunately, life events do happen. And it's not if, it's when one of these deals, you will have to have multiple tenant buyers in the property. So these life events do happen. So what do? We pivot. Now you've heard Chris, Nick, the team mention that word pivot, and it's not just from the famous Friends episode, Pivot. And if you haven't watched that, go ahead and do that. But pivot, meaning that you had the outcome or you want a specific outcome before, it did not happen. So what are you going to do next? You're going to pivot. So what we did was we've now had the property on the market. We have a new tenant buyer that's going into the property. Before I get to that, let me just give you a brief backstory of where this property came from, and it's a really cool story. So we work closely with some rehabbers, and these rehabbers actually referred us this deal. The reason why is because they went to go buy the property and rehab it, but they soon found out by digging deep into the financials that the seller was roughly selling the property for what they owed. So there was no equity in the property at that time. So what they did is they referred them to us. So really cool learning lesson there. Go out and network with rehabbers and flippers and other people in other real estate niches, because they will come across properties that do not fit inside their box. And that's when you can go ahead and craft up a deal, because you have these tools. If you haven't gone through the QLS 2.0, then go through it, because these tools are what's going to allow you to craft up these deals. Really cool. So let's dive into it. So we spoke with the seller. We realized that Zach's situation. We confirmed everything. So what did we do? We bought the property for what the seller owed at the time. Now, and we actually crafted up a 9-year term. So why? I guess the question that you may be asking is, so did you buy it subject to the existing loan and take title, or did you buy it on a lease purchase? This property we actually bought on a lease purchase because the owner did not want to give up title at the time. We said, okay, we're not gonna force you into anything. I want you to be comfortable. So we got the property under contract on a 9-year lease purchase. That was back in 2014. At the time, we actually bought it for 9 years. I think the existing balance on the property was roughly $270,000. So let's look at where we are today. So the existing balance today is $254,197. As of, say, a couple months ago. There's not 9 years left, but that was the original 9-year term. 14, there's probably another 4 years left. Monthly payment is roughly $22.35. The equity that we locked in with the seller was zero. We got it for exactly the balance of the mortgage. The principal pay down at the time was lower than this, but roughly it's about 474 right now, according to my numbers. It could be slightly higher, and as we know, it's going to continue to go up. We just recently sold it to a great couple, growing family. They actually were homeowners before, so they understood the process. This house is out in the middle of nowhere, northern Massachusetts. So it's not like you come across a ton of buyers here. But we have found another great family. So we sold it for $359,900. So just look at this. So we bought it originally for $270,000, well, 5 years ago. The price has now dramatically gone up in the area. We were able to sell for $359,900 on a 24-month lease with a rent of just over $2,500 or just shy of $2,600, whatever you want to look at. I guess I'll be a glass half full, pretty close to $2,600. So let's go through the paydays. They are coming in with a $10,000 deposit, and then we structured over the rest of their term to get them up to $31,000 on this property. That is pretty close to 10%. That's a really strong buyer. Great family. The reason why these buyers are looking for a rent-to-own program is because the husband doesn't show everything that he makes. He works multiple jobs, and he just needs 24 months to show all of the money that he makes because he does some subcontract work. Our payday number 2, it's roughly about $334 a month. So over the course of 24 months, it's bringing you close to $12,000. Payday number 3 on the back end, because we've held this property for so long, there's a huge back end profit of $95,000. So a grand total of $138,000, almost 139, yes. The importance here is for you to realize that there's some key takeaways. Number 1, if possible, always get the longest term possible. Obviously, I think that is without saying, because it allows you to pivot and protects you so much, but also it helps you create so much equity on the back ends of these properties. Like right now, we're sitting with $95,000 just on the back end right now on payday number 3. So get the longest term possible. Understand that you are going to have to pivot in some of your deals, and it's not a bad thing. Yes, of course, for moral and ethical reasons, we're always doing our best to set up our tenant buyers to become mortgage ready and to become those homeowners. We love that process. We love helping out all the parties involved. But if life happens and people default, just know that it's not always a bad thing. You're now able to pivot and figure out what the next step in your deal was. Ours was to go ahead and sell it again on a rent to own because we just love helping out those types of buyers. So those are 2 takeaways that I really want you to understand. But let's give you a third one. As you can start to see, if it only takes one of these deals, maybe once a year or maybe once every other year, to really build out some large equity and to build out some really good wealth in the future for you. How many deals do you need that are going to have over $100,000 in profit for you to be comfortable, for you to take your lifestyle to the next level? Just think about that. So just constantly work on your scripts and your deal structuring, and you will be able to find the right sellers in order to craft up these types of deals. This seller lived out of state, was selling for what they owed. she did not have many other options, and other people could not solve her problem. We were able to do so, and that's why we're able to create a really, really juicy deal here. I hope you guys get a ton out of this Deal Structure Sunday. If you're on YouTube, please go ahead and subscribe if you're getting a ton of content from these Deal Structure Sundays, as we bring you a new deal every single Sunday. If you're seeing this on Facebook, go ahead and like, share it, pass it along. If you're seeing this through an email and you're on our list, definitely respond and let us know if you have any questions. We'd love to answer them and help you advance yourself in your real estate business and to create these types of deals. Have a great Sunday.